The Celtic Tigers left our shore, he left in 08. He left in such a hurry, hadn't time to close the gate. Don't know if he'll come back again or will we see him more, but we are very sorry that the tiger left our shore.
The stories Vincent Pearce tells aren't always this melancholy. He generally prefers cheerier tales. Storytelling is an ancient Irish tradition, and Vincent has even demonstrated this art on tours in North America. But most of all, Vincent enjoys telling his tales in the pub.
I'm dreaming down that older road. I'm dreaming now.
A few of his musician friends have come by too. An Irish pub is more than just a bar. It means home, community, and cultural heritage. It's often the center of social life in rural areas. But many pubs are closing. The Celtic Tiger is gone, and people are worried about the future.
I don't know what the future is going to bring. Definitely don't know. I wouldn't advise anyone to go into the pub life. It's not a very good life at the moment anyway for making a living as well as everything else, you know.
We'd like to hear more of Vincent's tale about the Celtic Tiger, so the next morning we meet him and his wife Pat for breakfast. They have 4 daughters and a bunch of grandchildren. Vincent was a bricklayer before he retired, and he built his house himself. It's a small bit of paradise they've created here. Many here in Roscommon also dreamed of paradise during the last economic boom. Banks granted cheap building loans, and a lot of people who couldn't really afford a home believed the bankers' promises. The economic crisis has brutally smashed these dreams.
The young couples of this country, they were led a merry dance. By the bankers and developers, they really got no chance. They had to buy a property, their families to rear, and now they're left with overdrafts and no one seems to care.
Roscommon is a typical Irish town. It has some 5,000 residents, a few businesses, a local newspaper, and a lot of stories. Especially stories about the crisis. Shops have closed down everywhere and for sale or to let signs are posted in many windows. It's largely small businesses that have had to close in the past few years. And hardest hit is Roscommon's construction industry. John Galuli is likely to be the next victim. He ran his cabinetry business for 40 years, eventually specializing in building stairs. When times were good, he had several employees, and they could barely keep up with orders. Today, he's left with just a few machines.
We used to make 5 and 6 stairs a week. And we were also made school furniture. That's all stopped now. It's just, if you made 1 stairs a week now, you'd be doing well.
So now he's decided to give up. Soon he'll be shutting his doors for the last time. He's already hung up the to let sign. For his part, storyteller Vincent is fed up with tales of the crisis and how it's worn down the Irish. He'd rather tell of opportunity, success, and a bright future. But sometimes a crisis can provide chances. 2.5 years ago, Derek Allen and his brother took over their father's farm. They couldn't get a loan, so they've had to build things up step by step. But they have little debt. The farm produces top-quality meat, and they grow their own feed for the animals.
Thank God we started when we did, rather than back in the good times, because I don't think we mightn't be, we could have lost contracts, people would have stopped buying from us. So I'm sure we would have had huge repayments, and then we would have been in big trouble, so like most businesses. So I think it's been a great benefit to us to start when we did start.
They sell their products online and in their own farm shop. They've moved 3 times to accommodate the growth of their business. Sales have doubled each year, and they now employ 6 people. But then there's the tale of the dying pubs. Roscommon once had a good 24 pubs. Now there are just half as many, and more are closing every month. John Murray's pub is famous throughout Ireland. John's father was a famous Gaelic football player. The ball with which his team won the 1944 All-Ireland Championship still hangs above the bar. It even survived a fire in 1990. John is determined to hold on to the pub his father ran. But customers now only come on the weekend instead of every day.
Things have got very hard now, especially during the week. You won't get people around. And even at the weekends it's getting harder to you have to have something on to bring in a crowd, whether it be music or some sort of entertainment.
Everyone here knows that if the Celtic Tiger doesn't come back, the pubs will keep on dying out.
So if you should meet the Tiger, will you ask him to come back? Tell him we have no money and that work is very slack. You can tell him that we're all depressed and we cannot take much more, so we will all be listening for to hear the Tiger roar.